What's good, YouTube? We're back, baby, but this time we finally have some regular exhibition gameplay. So this is just going to be a normal run-of-the-mill round for you. Okay, so this isn't anything special. This isn't a round in my career. This isn't anything crazy. This is just a normal, solid golf round that we're going to experience today. The reason I want to go through this is because that's the guts of the game, right? So I want you guys to sit back, relax, enjoy, but really take note of the differences you're going to see, the UI, the feel of the game, things like that. Also take into effect the idea that I don't have any badges or anything crazy on there yet. I just have my default character. So obviously you're going to notice a couple things that when you progress through the game, things will be easier for you, like your shot and different things like that. So for now, just a bare bones look at an exhibition match in PGA Tour 2K23. Again, like the video, subscribe to the channel, leave a comment down below if you guys have any other questions or anything like that I can answer, or else let me know how great it is or how not great the video is. You know, you guys know the deal. Sit back, relax, enjoy, and thanks again for stopping by. All right, let's get into it. So what I wanted to show you guys first and foremost is the menu, of course. A lot of my videos that I've been releasing, that I will be releasing, are revolved around the menu and everything, because that's what is visually a lot different right now. Obviously, there's a lot of things in the game as well, but the menu is great to start off with. So when you get into a casual local match, what you guys are gonna see, obviously the ability to change your golfer. As you see, I'm the best golfer in the world, the GOAT, Tiger Woods. Gotta go with him, of course. I'm so excited. Over to your right, though, is gonna be where your course details are located, along with anything else that has to revolve around the match itself. What I mean by that is what I decided to do for today's round. I decided to choose one of my favorite designers in all of the franchise's history. His name is Arctic Fury. Another 2K Next maker. He's fantastic. He makes a lot of my favorite courses ever that I've played. One of them being Sky Peaks Resort. So we're gonna go with his to show off today. But when you go into that, you click the picture for that. Kind of looks similar to last year, or to 2K21, but the same idea. You know, you can go into filters, start searching different courses, things like that. But so that's kind of all this, a little bit basically the same from 2K21. Course details breaks it down to where you can actually see the official details of the course itself. Where you can also on the left here, you can see, you can rate the course, favorite the course. The two in gray that my big noggin is hiding is report the course, view the designer, right? And again, that'll change a little bit once the game is released. Leaderboard and distances. Okay, so over to your right, obviously, it kind of gives you, you know, the full breakdown, the course info, default conditions, so you can kind of mess around with it. The one thing I do with a lot of our designers here in the community, I'll usually use my own fairway speed, green speed, stuff like that, you know, that I want to, but I always keep the weather and the time of day the same, is because they built that to mimic something that they're trying to create, right? So I usually leave the weather and the time of day the same. So anyways, once you go back here, you can see that the next part would be the format of the match. So today we're going to do stroke play, but you obviously have a bunch to choose from. The 1 to 4p or whatever that says 2p, 2 to 4, that means the player amount that you can use for that match type. And then the settings for the course. So what I'm going to do today, normal settings for me, I like to go to the back tees, right? And then I also like for the pins, usually 3 or 4. Today, let's just do 4. Usually I've heard, and I don't know if this is 100% true or not, because I've heard a lot of different things from different designers in our community, but I tend to believe that pins 3 and 4 are the hardest. And I don't know if that's always true. Sometimes they make 1 or 2 the hardest, but I feel like 3 or 4 are usually the hardest to play. So let's just do 4. As you see, the round length, we're going to do a full 18 holes for you guys today. The turn order, obviously doesn't matter for us today. We're not playing with anyone. Handicap scoring, tiebreaker. Now, what I want to talk about really quick that is a big deal for this game compared to any other game in the past for this franchise is tiebreakers. So let's say, shout out, by the way, to my Monday night crew recently, where it's myself, CRS, Love Scud, and T-Sauce. We usually go 2v2 in alt shots every Monday. That's what we've been doing, right? And let's say we end in a tie, right? It ends in a tie. It ends all squared. That's it. And we'd have to start over another round to see, okay, who's going to win the first hole in a sudden death. It now does it for you. So as you can see here, Tiebreakers ensure no match ends in a draw when enabled. If a regulation match ends in a tie, an additional tiebreaker hole is played to determine the winner. It's so amazing that they added that. A very little feature, but a big feature at the same time. As you scroll down here, you get to the conditions of the course that you obviously want to do. I'm going to keep the wind speed and the direction just default the way it should be played. But the fairway, the green firmness, and the green speeds, I'm going to make those firm, fast, and fast. Or firm, and fast, excuse me. Usually that's pretty basic. You know, should be around 163 greens or so. Basically run-of-the-mill normal for the courses that we play. So time of day and weather, like I was saying before, we're going to keep that default. And the crowds, let's keep them on in case there are any on the course. So once we push back here, we're ready to go, begin the round. Let's get going with the GOAT himself, Tiger Woods. All right, here we are. Hole 1 of Sky Peaks Resort. Beautiful course by my friend Arctic Fury. Wonderful, wonderful course. He obviously makes a bunch of other good courses as well. As you can see, gorgeous, gorgeous views here. So let's get right into it. Now, first and foremost, I can already tell this is down 75 feet. I can't get comfortable in my chair for this idea of this shot. If I take a driver, most likely I'm going to be taking that hill right there into the water. I don't want to test it. So we're going to be safe. We're going to take a 3-wood. And you can't beat a perfect tempo, 101% power, perfect swing plane 3-wood. Obviously that's going to take us down a little bit. See, that drive would have been very scary. I'm not doing that. Now, because it's Arctic Fury, we have to check the pin. And as I suspected, if I remember correctly, do you see this pin? That's a nutty pin. Okay, that is a bonkers pin. Okay, so we're obviously not going to go for that because either we're going to be way long, or if I somehow get it perfect. Again, listen, you guys, I'm decent at the game. When I say that, I mean 2K21. Okay, obviously a lot to get used to on this game. You're going to see with my putting probably. But what we're going to do is we're going to actually play it safe. We're going to take it over here. So we're going to take a 4-iron right over here. It's a par 5. Play it safe, right? This way it'll put us right up here. Bam. So we've got a good angle and good lie into the pin here. And I can kind of show off this new chipping system. Now, what you guys have probably already seen by now, or will have, when we're making this video here, when this is released, what you will have already seen probably, is the chip system in this game. It's a lot different than the last one. 2K21 obviously was, you know, 7, 8, 9 yard chips depending on your clubs. Out of a full swing, right? They're now 25 yards, a lot more loft, different feeling shot, which is not a bad thing. You just got to get used to it. So what we're going to do is I'm going to put a little bit of right stick backwards, so down, meaning it's going to try to bite it more and not let it roll as much. With that, I'm also going to probably put it, because you can see the beads, they're not really moving anywhere up and down from me. So like there's not really a down or uphill, but you can see a lot of right to left. So we're going to probably put it like right here or so, maybe about 20 yards, maybe a little bit. Right, and because obviously you can see I'm on a huge hill here, so we're gonna go like this. We're gonna give it a little bit more, and we're gonna go over here because it's gonna come off to the left. And we're gonna go for that 92%. Probably overdid that a little bit, as long as I can sit though. Oh, okay. But see, these are 155 greens. Okay, when you do the fast or the firm fast, for the fairways, the green speeds, and the green firmness, right? 155 in 2K21 is pretty slow. Okay, it's not like the fastest thing in the world. It's not the slowest thing in the world, but it's pretty slow. And this game now, they're playing like they used to as like a 163 in the old game. So it's a little bit to get used to. So do you see how it also is still braking correctly? It's still braking pretty hard, but it's just something that we're just gonna have to get used to playing this game, especially if you're coming from a previous title in the franchise here, right? Especially 2K21. Now, this is down 57 feet. That's basically 19 yards. Okay, so it's actually going to be like playing 19 yards short. So because of that, we don't want to go way deep, right? Because it's downhill. You can just see it from here. We don't want to go way downhill here and go into the forest back there. I'm gonna put a lot of loft on this thing. So left stick down just to kind of relax a little bit, and more go up into the air and be like, okay, just chill, you know? And it should put me right there and then not roll as heavy. So not the greatest part in the world where you want to put it. I still was deep. Obviously, now I'm on a huge, crazy red hill here. All right. So As you see here, about 44 feet. Let's call it 45 and say 15 yards. Okay, so it's actually playing 155 from here, and we're basically almost directly into the wind, 6 miles an hour. So it's playing about 155, 160, give or take. Okay, and our next club up is 156. So with that, I'm going to put a little bit of left stick up so it'll kind of just dart, kind of. But we're going to bring it over here because we're on this huge hill, obviously leaning to the left. I'm going to go for it. Oh, I really badly slowed it. That's all my bad. Wow. Okay. Oh, that's my bad. That's just me not being able to swing correctly. So as you can see with this chip now, obviously definitely most important difference, I'd say, around the greens in this game. But we're gonna, I mean, wind's directly into us. We're not on a bad lie here, and we're just gonna kind of go for it. Well, we fasted that though. The tempo wise, we fasted it, and you see how fast they were rolling, even though we hit it shorter. Obviously, fast messed it up, but it's okay though. That's all right. I think that's pill par, right? Okay. Just get us out of those ones. Those ones you just don't even want to worry about. Just get us out of there. You know, call it good. See you later. Okay. Now with this one, this is again a staple sort of hole for Arctic Fury, where it's tight fairways where you want to land it. See, you could always be like, okay, I'm gonna go 3-wood here, land it. It'll probably land, you know, if I'm looking at it right around here, right? Like meaning it'll land and then roll a little bit, right? You want to be safe. We're not gonna go safe. This is for the YouTube. We want to go crazy, right? The wind's not gonna make too big of a difference. I'm gonna right stick this all the way down so I can get huge loft on it for my driver. And then I'm gonna do a little bit of a fade to counteract the wind on this, right? So I'm gonna go like this. Ooh, I slowed it, so it's gonna go more right than I expected, but we're still on path here, especially with the wind helping us out, going from right to left. Look at that. We broke middle of the tight fairway, rolled all the way down, 358. Perfect situation here, straight to the green. Okay. Now, this is a 9-iron pitch. That's uncomfortable. Okay. So I prefer, if I can, to do a full normal swing. If I can get like a lob wedge or a sand wedge or something with a normal swing, I prefer that. So with this, 6 feet down from the 111 yards to the pin, that's actually playing about 109 because 6 feet is 2 yards. So it's actually playing 109. Now I have a 102 here. Okay, so I'm gonna do this club. I'm gonna do lob wedge normal. I'm gonna go left stick up a little bit. Okay. I'm gonna go left stick up a little bit. What that's gonna do is that's gonna de-loft it. There's only 2-mile-an-hour wind, so like I'm on a little bit of a right to left hill here, but I don't need to go much to the right because this wind's not gonna do anything. So it's got to get the perfect, and I fasted it. So that's gonna take us left, but that was 100% the club. Unfortunate that I just didn't get the tempo. So let's see. We're on a little bit of an uphill when we get to the. Okay, this is gonna be a weird one. Slightly faster green speeds here. Oh, come around. No. See that? Yeah, no way. So again, what you guys will learn about me, and I almost missed that one. What you guys will learn about me, if you don't already watch me on Twitch or you haven't seen me play this game before, the biggest problem I have is putting. Like the worst part of my game is putting, 100%. And with that, what that means to me is obviously I'm gonna have to get used to it on this game, as I've always had to get used to it on the other games, right? So you might see a pretty rough performance out of me with putter today, but keep in mind that that's what's going on. Obviously, this is like my second or third time actually sitting down and playing this. And it's a little bit of a struggle. So anyways, let's not put excuses into it already, right? So the pin is playing 175 yards, 10 feet up though from where I am right now, which means that that's actually about give or take 3 yards. So it's like 178. With this and with no wind, I kind of feel comfortable playing this exact 8-iron. A little bit of left stick down just to loft me a little bit, but like I feel pretty good. Oh, that was about as well as I could do. I don't know if that was the right club exactly to get there. I don't think it was. Ooh, okay. Well, we live and we learn, right? So with this one, definitely uphill, obviously here. I'm gonna probably want to land it like right there. So because obviously these are rolling a little bit quicker than I thought, even with the basic firm and not very firmness. They're definitely rolling a little bit. I'm gonna go like this. Oh, that should have been in. But you see how I like dark gray fasted it, right? So that's going to mess with the shot a lot. something, again, you got to get in the feeling for. You'll see a lot of my chips, I'm not doing the greatest with tempo. It's just a feel of a shot. It's just a different feel from 2K21. Not bad. None of this is bad. You guys need to remember that. It's just different. Just got to get used to it. And obviously with a lot of grinding will come a lot of an easier feel. So 160, let's see here, 32 feet. That's about, let's just say that's 33 feet. We'll make it easy for math. That's 11 yards. So it's playing about 171. Now, that's what, okay, so for all my beginners to the game that are watching this, if you are, visually you look at this this club selection, 8-iron, 166, right? And you don't really like take into account the feet. You're like, wow, this is going to go over the hole. It's not, because technically, mathematically, the hole is playing like 171. So we're going to do that. I'm going to put a little bit left stick down just to loft me up there a little bit. 6 or 7 mile an hour left to right. I'll take it like a couple boxes, but not really. And see, I gray fasted and my swing tempo was a little off, but the wind is helping us a little bit. But see where it brought us to though? Basically exactly pin high. Once you start to get the mathematics of this game down, and this is like the same mathematics as the previous game as well. Once you start to, ooh, I barely missed that. Once you start to get that down, whole different ball game. That's basically, that's what's going to you know, basically put a difference between you and a beginner player, is when you start to learn mathematically and get your shots down, because then you can be like, okay, I know exactly what I'm trying to do here, right? Instead of just kind of getting up and whacking the ball. So with this one, we're going for a big one here because this is way downhill. Oh yeah, look at that thing, right up by the green. So let's see if we can get up and down for a bird here. So chip again, we're technically going uphill, as you can see from this angle, and you can see from the beads coming back at us. So we're gonna land it probably like right here. And I fasted. So you can kind of tell that's what I need to work on. A lot of the short range stuff, actually shockingly in 2K21, that's my best stuff. The short game stuff in 2K21 is my best. I like to call myself the chippin' king. Okay. I've tried to hold that crown for a long time. Okay. From all the way, at least even from TGC 19. But this one I'm going to have to get used to it a little bit. So there's just barely slowed, but still stayed straight. We're still good. It wasn't that much to penalize me, if that makes sense. That's okay though. So, okay. So we got an orange, almost red lie here, both directions. So into the green and going left. So we got to take that into consideration here. So I'm going to look and see who the flops. That's okay. Even though it's a little bit wind into us, we're going towards the green. We are on like a downhill towards the green. So this could actually be like the perfect shot here. I'm going to put a little bit of right stick down so it'll try to dart it, but this should be the perfect shot here. We're going to account for this right to left as well. Oh, I slowed it. That's going to take me back, and I didn't even get 100%. So that was pretty disgusting. That, again, that's me. The flops feel pretty good in this game, I will say that, but that terrible shot was just me being me. Go in the hole. Ooh. See, and there's that fast. If I didn't fast that hard, do you see that, how much I went to the left? If I didn't fast that hard, that would have been a very easy chip in for me. And that's something I'm going to try to work on a lot when the game comes out, when I have more time to practice and things like that. So, all right, so 10 miles an hour, 9 miles an hour wind, almost into us, not directly, but I don't think it's going to totally counteract almost 10 yards down. So hole's actually playing about 177. So they're about 178. And I know there's a little bit of wind, but I'm going to just de-loft it, left stick up just a little bit. I'm going to kind of go for this one, see what happens here. Ooh, that felt really good. The wind's taking that a lot more left than I thought, though. Again, that's just me being me, not reading it correctly. But we had that good tempo and that good swing plane, so that was the shot. Just, you can see we were pinned high almost here, but... Okay. That might have been too much. Yeah, way too much. Way too much. Way too much. And down a hill. See, these are playing for 155 with regular firm greens. These are playing very quick. Like, this is probably a bogey hole. Save me. Nope. And we still have a little bit of room. So like I said, the putting is definitely a little bit tricky. But it's also because it's me. So don't base anything on that. The putting feels a little bit different. It's not bad in any way. It's just a little bit different. And for me, I already, you know, am pretty stinky at putting, so. Ooh, hear that? And see where I slowed? I basically let go of the stick there, so that was just a bad swing on my part. Yikes. Okay, so we erased that from our memory. So here, we've got 15 feet down to this where you see on the cursor. So we're not going to look at the hole yet because we're not trying to really get there. I mean, we could really try something and go driver off the deck and go crazy. But do you notice this huge out of bounds to our left? I don't want to mess with it. I'm okay with going to the sand. I just don't want to mess with it. I just kind of want to get over there. And I know the wind's a little bit into us, but not terrible. So I'm going to try to just crank this thing as long as we get a good shot on this. See, we're on this big hill right to left, so I want to take into that and to contribute here. Felt good. Yeah, that should be middle of that fairway. Perfect. That's where we wanted, because I believe this is a par 5. So yes, so I mean up and down for bird. Now here we go with the chips again. So let's see if I can get this better here. Now definitely back into us. As you can see, it's an uphill. We still gotta land it and roll. So ooh, perfect tempo. And you see how much closer we get to the hole when we do that? That was it. So I just didn't, you know, pull it back a little bit, maybe a little bit too much, so I couldn't reach the hole. But that was it. That was good. That was very good. A lot better, right? So yeah, we got a bogey on the card, you guys, but we're 3 under through 9, especially on one of the first times actually playing through a regular round. I'm not mad about it, because you guys will learn this game definitely feels different. Again, it's not a bad different, it's a good different. It feels great. It's just different, right? Game to game, it's gonna feel different. So okay, so the hole itself is 19 feet down. 18 feet is where it's at to this cursor right here, give or take. That's about 6 yards, right? So it's playing about from the pin about 228. Okay, I'm gonna see there's a big gap with Tiger and his specific clubs, 3-iron to 5 wood, right? Like my player could be totally different. I have totally different clubs in my bag, and there could be a bigger gap or a smaller gap between those clubs. For Tiger specifically, it's a 221 3-iron, 236 5 wood. Because there's a little bit of wind, gut feeling tells me why don't we just go for it. And what I would do with this, because it's gonna land basically on the hole or around it and roll, but I'm gonna take left stick back a lot. So what that's gonna do is it's gonna loft it heavily, where it's just gonna try to go like this into the wind and then dart. Let's see what happens. Oh, I slowed it. See, like, I could prep you guys all day for saying, hey, this is exactly what the shot should do, blah 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 blah, and then I just slow it. That's the love of the game, though. That's the love of trying to get better at it, you know. Let's see, big red hill here, so we want to take that into consideration here. We're gonna go like this. We're gonna go like, oh, that was way too much, way too much, way too much. Oh man, we might be looking bogey here. Well, unless I chip this in. Okay, so we're uphill. We might be looking bogey here, ladies and gentlemen. Just get close. Oh, go in? Finally? Yeah! Let's go. See, we just got to work on it. Tiger's all smiles. I'm all smiles. And that's how you save your butt right there. Right there. Look at that. Replay and all. Let's check it out. Let's see what it looks like. Woo! Oh, man. Let's get a different angle on it. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. That thing was looking nice. That's what I'm talking about. Even though it was only a par save, that was it. Also, cool animation here, you guys. As you can see, you know, it now shows you, instead of just being done with the hole and going on to the next hole like it did in 2K21, shows the animation like, here, I'm gonna grab my ball. So Tiger grabbed his ball and threw it to his caddy, right? Very, very cool stuff. Very cool stuff. All right, so hole 11 here, 3 under still. Saved ourselves in the last one. So let's see. Ooh, 128 feet down. So I'm just gonna try it again. See what, like, let me show you guys for sure. So, you know, from a stock shot here, you know, left stick in the middle, right stick in the middle, as you see on the right. I'm gonna pull this right stick all the way back. Do you notice how the blue line in the middle of the screen, so the trajectory, right, goes way up? That's the point. Is it's gonna take it way up. So like it'll loft it more. So even more than downhill we are, I'm trying to basically clear this sand trap almost. The wind is not strong enough to really hold me back, so we're just gonna see how it works. Oh yeah, look at that. Perfect swing plane, perfect tempo. See, look at that thing. Woo! So it also, obviously I played it for the win, but it would have still cleared it regardless, as you saw there. And that's a 400 plus yard drive. Now we're stuck on a downhill here. Well, it's going to keep going. That's 415. Read it and weep. Everybody that wants to try to compete with that on Sky Peaks here, check yourself. Bam. Okay. So 18 feet down, aka 6 yards down, aka playing as 99 yards. The hole is from here. So, you know, we got a little bit of wind into us, but we are on a straight downhill, as you guys see. So, like, you know, we're kind of vibing, right? As you can see here, we're vibing on a left to right standpoint. Just green beats to the left, so we're playing a little bit left, but way strong red straight forward, right? So we are just a little bit tricky. It's a little tricky. Let's see if we can get a pitch up. Ooh, I like that. Pitching wedge pitch. Playing 100, that could be a lot better. So I'm going to still go left stick down, right stick down. So it's going to try to stick and it's going to get lofty a little bit. See how it changes? I don't know if I want to do that much, but that's what I'm thinking. So let's see if it gets us there. Oh, that was a good one. Just dart, just sit. Oh, it caught the hill. Okay, well, that's my bad. Obviously, it caught the hill. We should have been left of that. I didn't even think about that. That's all me. I'm under pressure, you guys. Okay, I'm trying to make all the good moves for YouTube. Go in the hole. Oh. You know, you guys are going to see me progressively get better through this round. That's all I need. Fine with me. Start doing some wild stuff. We got a chip in, though. That's all that matters. I'm excited. The chip in king, dude. Okay. So playing from the, at least to the pin, 171, but let's just say 15 feet for mathematical purposes. Ease, right? The ease of that. 5 yards. Okay, so 5 yards down, playing about 166. Okay. So if we played this club stock, it basically would land right on the hole and then roll. And we don't want that. So we're going to go down just a club here. And then I'm just going to give it what you got here. You know what I'm saying? Just bada bing, bada boom. A little bit of wind. Oh, I slowed it though. And the wind's also going to take it to the right. Hit that hill and roll. Rolled the wrong way. That's okay though. That's all right. That's on me. See, that's the tempo. That's all the tempo. Getting used to the new feel of the swing. That could be decent. Oh, that could be real good. Progression. Look at this putting. Let's go. Let's go. By the way, if you guys haven't noticed yet, we'll look at this really quick because that was a really good putt. I was loving that. Let's get a different angle on it. Oh. I may have skipped forward. I may not have. Disregard. Okay. What you guys are going to notice though with the putting, like I was saying, they've added, in which if you guys haven't seen yet, we've talked about it, they've added Scotty Camerons and like more branded items and things like that to the game, right? In comparison to the previous years. So Tiger specifically is using a Scotty Cameron blade that looks exactly like mine in real life that I have, and it's the coolest feeling to finally be able to, like, I'm gonna be able to make my player into almost exactly what I look like. The clothing I wear, the clubs I use, and everything, and it's incredible feeling. Anyways, okay, so we're gonna go for this one. If you did driver though, you see how there's a huge difference here. I could get a little tricky. Maybe in 2K21, I'd feel myself. I'd be like, okay, I'm gonna put this right here. Maybe do a little bit of a draw into it. All these things. I don't want to do that because I gotta still get a little bit better at this game before I start going crazy. So with the wind, I'm going to take a 3-wood. It should land me right. Yeah, it should be landing me like, if I can do this correctly with the wind, this should get me like to right here-ish. And maybe roll. If not, I'm short of it, and I'd rather do that than be into the stands behind the green. So we're going to see where this goes. Like I said, should land a little short. Yeah, right where I was thinking. Obviously, the super big hill there, it's going to take me back. But I'm way happy with that. And going into like the trees behind it and trying to play that. Now, full chip here actually might not be a bad move. Might not be a bad move. We're maybe a little bit short, like 97% or so. I'm still gonna put a little right stick down on it so I can try to get a little bit of a bite. I fasted, but Not awful. We're getting better. We're getting better. Ooh. My heart stopped for a second. I thought we were going way to the right. Okay. Oh man, it's the thrill. Okay, so we're gonna actually do this. We're gonna take a driver. Ooh, this is gonna be a perfect situation to use the draw here. So as you see with this, I'm gonna go right stick back to get a little bit more to it. Now I'm gonna go boom. Okay, so I'm gonna be like wha-bam. So it's gonna get me around this. It's gonna play way around it. So check this. Look at that. Oh yeah, that's what separates you from the competition right there with that beautiful drive. Oh man, you guys are witnessing the progression of me getting better at this game already. Okay, nah, I'm just kidding though, because you know this is gonna all come back to bite me in the butt when I started getting, you know, trashed on by everybody that's been playing this, you know, when the game comes out. But hey, let me live my 15 minutes of fame by being decent at this game before anybody else. Okay, all right, let's just go with that. Now, you see how we're about to land on a hill that is basically orange going down towards the cup. This is going to be a perfect situation, and I'm basically going to keep this stock for the most part. We're on a little bit of an orange right to left bead, but for the most part, with the wind helping us, I'm just going to basically take this. That's the move. I mean, if it's a good shot, that's going to be it. Oh yeah, so we landed basically right past the downhill. So honestly, that was actually very interesting. Dude, straight putts to the hole are the scariest ones in golf, both IRL and virtually, let me tell you. But see how that we actually got a little bit past it, and because it just darted, it just kind of sat there. I was going to try to use the hill a little bit to get us a little bit of an advantage, but we didn't need to. Now, same situation. I'm going to probably do this though. Now, any given day on the harder difficulties that myself and other competitive players of this game play on, you're not going to have this blue trajectory line. You're not going to have that, right? So I would have guessed this. Okay, I'm not going to go over here and do some crazy draw. I'm going to come over here. I'm going to play right in between these trees. And see how you can't really see anything? Well, we're going to go for it. That's taking a big risk. And even though we fasted, it's still not terrible of a penalization. That's going to take us right there. And that's how you play that. Let's go. Beautiful lie here. Let's see. Sorry if you hear the dogs in the back, by the way. They sometimes get a little feisty. Okay. Ooh, a punch shot. Now, punch shots are back in the game, which I'm very excited about, but we don't need anything like that. We don't want to do that at all. So I'm right in between clubs in a very awkward way. But see how... Okay, I hate to do iron pitches like that, and not wedge pitches, but if I do an 8-iron pitch here, right? I mean, this could be perfect. So this just gets there now. It's playing the wind a lot. Oh, it didn't even get there. Oh, wow. Okay. Well, then let's not go down on it. Oh, yikes. Let's just get an up and down for par here. That should get us there. I mean, I fasted it because I'm trying as hard as I can to get us there. Wow. Okay. This is definitely chip-inable, as they say, but it's definitely going to be tricky because you kind of want to play this an easier way here. We'll get in the hole. Oh, that's gone. We might be doing a bad hole here, chat. Oh, man. Go left. Okay. Nope, don't be excited for that one because that's a 7, Tiger. We don't do 7s. That's one of his rules. One of his rules. Look it up. Look up his list of rules. You can never ever bogey a 5. Can't bogey a 5. It's very disappointing. Again, that's just me being me and not being able to putt correctly, apparently. But we go on. So that was pretty gross. That was pretty gross. But that's okay though. Let's see. Let's go with a. You never really want to use a punch shot. I'm right in between shots here, which is definitely gross. I think what we're gonna do is we're gonna pull this back on this one. There's a hill to work with too if I go a little bit over. But we're gonna go with something like this. We're gonna take into account the wind, but we're probably gonna take like a 70% here. And it was very fasted, basically, but it should catch that and come back down. No problem. Absolutely no problem. So let's see. Let's go with something like this. Come in, come in. There we go. Make it right back. No problem. No need for the 7. No problem whatsoever. We just got to gain back those strokes that we lost, okay? So it's not a big deal. We just get right back into it. Come on. Let's go into 17 with some happiness, right? Okay, we're going into 17 and 18 with a lot more happiness, hopefully. Let's just get that last hole out of the way, right? Also, the dogs have decided that there was terror outside, but you know, now the person has walked by, we're good. So hopefully they aren't going crazy in the background. Apologize about that. So anyways, par 3, beautiful par 3. I'm gonna look at see what the normal shots are. See, Tiger's bag has a big gap between sand and pitching. 144 pitching and 117 sand. My personal bag and my player, when I create it and when the game comes out and we can start grinding, it's gonna be a lot different. It's definitely gonna be a lot different. If there was a lot more wind, I would be totally happy with this, but because there's not, I'm gonna do this and I'm gonna de-loft a lot. So what you can see that does, see, like if you can see it up here, when you de-loft or loft, it takes a lot more, you know, so you can kind of see where you're gonna land. So we're gonna do this with the wind. See what happens here. That's still a perfect though, so it should maybe get us there. Oh my goodness, that wind was hard. I mean, it was playing at probably more feeling like 7 to 10 miles an hour, but it shouldn't be that bad. Yikes. Okay, not a bad lie here though. Even though we are in the heavy rough, it's 74 to 80%, as you can see up here. Not bad. Now I don't know if I mean, basically there's a bunch of mathematics that you can do with this, you guys. Okay, so like you can say, okay, well, I'm gonna guess and say about 76% or something of 25 yards is where it's gonna put me, you know, and do all that. We're still trying to get the feel of the game. I'm not gonna get too deep into that yet, at least for me. Like, you need to at some point if you really want to try to get pretty good at this game. But for me, feel wise, I'm just gonna kind of go for this and basically get us there. So oh, get in. It lipped. It lipped. Ah, okay. Let's get to 6 under. We had the bad double bogey on a par 5. It was gross, but we're done with that. Now on this, so you guys can see here like how everything changes. I'm gonna de-loft this. Okay, so when you de-loft a driver, see, like, so we'll go back to normal. When you loft, gain about 6 yards, right? Because you're going higher. When you de-loft, you lose a ton. Okay, that's because we're gonna go like a stinger, right? So we're gonna do this so we can keep it low. It's gonna roll a little bit, but I'm not even gonna do a full swing. I kept that, well, I tried to keep it to even less than 98. That was very bad. I slowed the tempo, but what you can do is if you went for like a 90% shot, you know, and just try to dart, it's a lot different experience, but we move on. Okay. So here, as you see, we have 21 feet up. So that's 7 yards up. It's playing 106. But we're in a pretty good lie in the sand. We're 83 to 89%. Not bad. Not bad at all. Also, I want to show you this because we're in a sand trap. See how the splash shot comes back? Only in the sand traps, though. Remember that. So let's go back to here. So 84 to 90% when I change it to a sand wedge. Now, this hole is, like I said, is playing technically 106. And this club is 117. 84 to 90%. This feels like it should be pretty good. Like almost on the nose. Oh, it's got to go though. Oh, that uphill killed it. That's not bad though. It's not bad. That was pretty close. And it's a straight putt. So you love to see it because that's a bird. Look at that exciting back 9, right? I mean, we don't need the double bogey. Disregard. But we got back to 6 under. You can't be mad at it. You know, you just got to walk away and accept the score, right? Anyways, so I appreciate you guys so much. Thank you for chilling with me today. You got to see a look in at a normal round of PGA Tour 2K23. As you see towards the end here, you can kind of notice all of your stats. And this is basically the same as 2K21 as well. Obviously, because the menu being different, this is going to be different. Yeah, see the green and reg, not that great. Good on the fairways though, 92%, not bad. But again, make sure you like the video, comment if you guys have any questions or want to see anything else, or you're looking at something specific that you have a question about, or that you want to be like, hey, that was an awesome rounder, dude, you suck. Tell me below. Okay. I mean, you guys know the fun part. That's YouTube, right? So anyways, thanks for being here today. Have a wonderful, wonderful rest of your day, and we'll see you soon.